Hello folks, it's Chris in Arena Studio Crew. If you want me to show you how I tracked and recorded the vocals for 14-year-old Paige Mellor's debut single, then this is the video for you. So here we are in front of Pro Tools. As you can see, this was the tracking setup that I used when Paige was in there doing her vocals. The 610B preamp, which is great. I just go for that on all the vocal takes normally. Straight into the 1176 compressor, UAD stuff is great as far as I'm concerned. And then we've gone into the nice little bit of EQ there. Don't you just love a bit of EQ on the vocals there? And we set it to, I think if I remember right, the preset was for female vocal with presence, which just... yeah, there we go. That's what we had on that. So that's literally what I tracked through. I don't record the effects to tape, as they say, when I'm doing the sessions. It's literally just a case of giving Paige something that sounds a bit more slick and polished on her headphone mix, really. So that's what we did with that. And it worked very successful. Like I say, we did 3 takes. And the one that you're about to hear is take number 2, sorry. And we used no pitch correction or anything on this. So I decided to push this forward for Paige to actually see what sort of levels and standards she has to work at if she wants to release music. So here's a little snippet of the track.
My boy's being sussed, he was shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. My boy loves his friends like I love my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, my boy, he ain't a man and sure as hell ain't honest.
So she's done a great job. What I love about this, and one of the reasons why I've decided to sort of release this for us, this cover version, is because she's captured that, you know, she's put that emotion into her voice. She's got some nice vocal fries going on there. She's not over-sang or over-complicated the track, and it just really suits where she's at vocally at this point in time. So the vocal chain, Slate Virtual Mix Rack was the first thing that I reached for. And we ended up popping on a little bit of a gate just to take 1 or 2 pops and bits and bobs off from the beginning, where she's kicked the mic stand and tapped her foot and all those little bits, which just managed to escape my mixing and engineering skills, dare I say. So rather than snip them out, it was just as quick to just pop a gate on there. And then again, I've just gone through the Slate virtual channel and set to the 4G, just caressing it very, very slightly. And then we've had a little bit of bottom end there and a gentle bit of distressor compression, 3 to 1, with some distortion on there. So that was the first thing, just to capture any sort of peaks really on the vocal. And then I'm using the LA2A, which again, when I'm mixing anything, is the go-to for me on the vocals. I just love it. Sometimes I'll drive these really hard. Sometimes I'll just go really obscure settings on them. And for me, it's all about ears, I find. And what I tried to do with this vocal is not over compress. I wanted to get the dynamic content in the voice still to be in the mix. So you can hear that it actually breathes and goes up and down in parts, just to give it this more of a natural thing rather than more of a leveled off vocal. So in parts you'll see where I'm really quite slamming it, and other parts I'm just letting it breathe a bit. So quite heavy in parts, but doing its job.
And by that I mean he cuts him off.
Then straight after that, sometimes I'll roll this off before the compressor and sometimes after. It all depends how it just starts to come together really, as I'm playing around with these things. So I've rolled off about 105 hertz just to clean everything up there. So let's just throw that on with and without.
Being sussed, he was shading up.
Don't know whether you can notice that, but
now he's just a shadow.
Just tidying up that low end a little bit there, which is great. And then love this. This is great. It's the Air EQ, and I've just coloured things up a little bit. I've gone for the vocal balance preset, and then I've actually done my own little bits and bobs on there.
My boy's being sussed, he was shading up, but now he's just a shadow.
Now the mic that I recorded on that really suits Paige voice isn't the most expensive mic in the world actually. It's an Audio Technica 3035. And do you know what? Over the years I've had this mic for maybe 10, 12 years and it owes me absolutely nothing. It's been a godsend at times because it just seems to work for some singers and it's just got that nice little bit of sizzle on Paige's voice for her. So that was the one that we decided to go with when we set one or two mics up, and I was more than happy with the results and Paige loved it as well. And then into a little bit of warming things up with the tape.
He was shading up, but now he's just a shadow.
And again, you can see how much we're sort of processing that. Then I've just brightened things up again after the tape, and that sort of added a little bit of a Deesser issue on there, which I've thrown on. So we're all right. You know, sometimes I don't go textbook with order of plugins. I'll just see what I need as I go through the process of working on a vocal, and I found that by the time I got to that level and I was happy with all the plugins before then, I just realized I needed a Deesser, so that's just gotten straight on the end and it's done the job for me. On the master fader, I've not subbed these into a master bus track or anything like that. I've just literally gone straight on the fader because I've not mixed it as yet. I'm just having a little play and seeing where we go. So virtual channel again, Brit 4G, and a little bit of revival. Just love it. Into the FG red, which is just ever so slightly capturing any peaks. And finally, some more tape. So that's it really. The piano was done with MIDI. We got a MIDI track, got that sorted out, and then converted it to an audio file, and she sang along to that. So that's literally it. Vocal, few effects, and the piano. So I will bounce all this down, set everything up on my next session then to master this. And I've already got one or two little plugins on there just to have a little play around. I do like to mix into processes, which again probably goes against the grain of what a lot of guys would recommend, but for me it's just, I don't care what it looks like, the session, or what's involved in it. It's just down to the fact that at the end result it sounds how I want it to sound, and I'll just go down any route necessary, which might break the rules, but hopefully the end result, nobody sits at home listening to it going, oh, I can tell that there's something not in the correct order on the effects change there. So again, it's open to your own interpretation, I suppose, all this stuff. So that's where we're up to with this at the moment. We are wondering whether to put a couple of little backing vocals on there or just really leave this as organic as possible. I quite like it as it is. I just like the simplicity of it. And I've just given Paige an MP3 of this to listen to for a few days just to get her ears accustomed to how it's all going to come together. If she's happy with it, then we might just do a little mastering session on the track and pop it out there and we'll be good to go, and it'll hit all the stores probably in a couple of weeks. So that's it from me. I'll see you with another update. Take it easy, stay safe and well, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.